Makeover, makeover, gonna make you over. Well, if you don't like my version of this, we got someone on the panel that can do it much, much better. It's all coming up in the Glow After Show right now. Oh, yeah!
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Collecting what I'll never need.
Woo!
Holding on to everything.
Gotta wait till it gets to the chorus.
We can go see the world. We have enough. Stripped down to what we're made of. On to the next.
You want to do it live, Jackie?
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jackie.
Wow.
We're only burning higher. You can't,
Wow.
you can't take it with you when you're gone.
Oh,
I love your voice.
Thanks, man.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys. Welcome back. You guys are watching the Glow After Show, and today's show is pretty freaking awesome because to my left I have the original gorgeous lady of wrestling, Bad Girl Hollywood, right next to me, or Party Girl, and on the other side I've got Little Egypt.
Hi, everybody, and I am so excited because sitting next to me was the singer of that amazing song that put chills up and down my arms.
Thanks, man.
And also star of Glow Netflix, I have Jackie Tohn.
Yay! Who plays Melrose? And I'm Rick Hung, or Sugar, I guess, because I'm keeping it theme because it's ladies on this panel today, so I came as a lady.
Yeah, so it's an all-girl cast.
Sugar.
So
Yes.
convincing.
Love it.
Deeply
Yeah.
convincing.
Do you think you could make it for the next series?
You know what's funny? I was walking up from where I parked, and there was like a very sweaty man. It's hard in this heat because everyone looks a little nuts because your just hair is greasy. You just look a little off, but it's just because of the heat. And then I was like, oh Jesus, he's talking to that man in a wig. And so I was like literally going around them, and Rick was like, you made it. I was like, I know you. I wish I did. And it was like amazing.
Well, Jackie, I wanted to say thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And this, for me, this is an actual real treat, not just to have you here, but because you are the only person so far that I've interviewed the most times.
You have it's everywhere I go. You're there. I love it.
Yeah.
And we always have fun. We always just
Absolutely.
Can you swear on this?
Yeah,
I was just gonna say we always bullshit and it always goes great. Yeah, we always have such fun.
But I know you're an easy, like a fun interview.
Oh,
so.
thanks.
But literally this fourth time. It's like I think Rebecca actually is 3.
Oh, she's the best. I think I've been wanting to do this for so long. I just mean like have this career, so that I'm doing it. I'm just like it doesn't like make me, oh God, I got another one of those things. It's always like, oh fun, what do I got to do today? Just go chat with it's just fun, and I don't know. I feel really lucky to be able to do it. So
that's a
I'm
great
pretty fired
segue.
up.
Great segue. Tell us about there's no overnight success in this business, right? Clearly, right?
Which camera do I look right down? One tear goes down my face. I've only been doing this for 6 months. It's crazy. I just got so lucky. I'm so tired. I've been acting since I'm 9. Since I was 9 years old, and I'm in my mid-30s, and so it's been a minute of like,
ooh, nice.
yeah,
I like it.
That's why I'm just like, oh, this, I don't know, like I don't know, I'm comfy sitting in it. I'm just like, I've been looking forward to, I don't know.
Can we ask what your first gig was?
Sure,
I'd love to know.
My very, very first gig was an industrial commercial for Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Oh, yeah. Man.
I played like a kid who was blowing out candles at on a cake, and I was like maybe 9 or 10. And then when I was 12, I played Fran Drescher's little cousin Tiffany on The Nanny.
I love it. Very good.
And it was actually really funny because I got that part because I did a dead-on nanny impression, which is like, 17 to 20% away from my voice. It's not like that. I'm just such an incredible actor, like just method-wise. No, I talk like that, so they hired me to talk like that. And then I got there, and they wanted me to not talk like that to the point where I was like, that's my voice. Like, what do you want? I had to I guess at the time they didn't want, or Fran didn't want, I don't know. And she couldn't have been lovelier. Yeah. But the message came down to me that was just like, hey, don't do an impression of her.
Exactly.
But that's why I got the part, because I literally was like, Mr. Jackman. That's why I got it.
Well, you know what's interesting that you mentioned that? They are working on a remake of The Nanny.
So amazing you're saying that, because recently so many people have been like, how have they not remade that?
Yeah.
So they
But
can,
it would be with Fran, right?
I think, but they could bring you back in theory.
Yes.
They could
Dreams,
literally
dreams,
bring you
come
back
true.
in theory. So
Hello, how about
80s
maybe the new Fran?
I'm here
That
for
too.
all of it. I mean, I love her, but I'm here for any and all of it.
All right, so walk us through how you got the part for Glow. I mean, what was that like?
Glow was a crazy one because I started acting when I was like 9 or 10, just going on auditions and stuff. Started actually getting some jobs in my teenage years. And then in my 20s, I worked like on and off. It's been an interesting career because I think before Glow, most of the people I knew that I started with either became Jessica Biel or like quit and are incredible teachers or mothers in Wisconsin and like are doing nothing anywhere near this.
Right.
There's the random one who I was a kid actor with who's now my voiceover agent, which is so funny.
that's really cool.
Like full circle.
Did you grow up here?
New York.
Okay.
And so it's been just like a total roller coaster of like never enormous success, huge lows, but also like I couldn't ever really complain because I always did like well enough to like not quit.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't an insane person who's banging my head against the wall. No one ever hired me. It was like, here's a tampon commercial. You're funny. And then it was like, but shut up. And then it was like, literally be like, don't talk in it and just look cute and have your dress on and just sort of be big eyes. And I actually learned I could do that because I always fancied myself such a strong woman. I was like, I'm not doing that. And then I was like, wait a minute, I can buy a car. Of course I'll do that. So used whatever was going on to try and understand it, get inside it, and then be part of it instead of be on the outside of it judging it. And I think that really changed a lot of stuff for me. But to answer the Glow question, I had to change how I felt about myself before anybody would hire me. Mm-hmm. And I'd been acting for so long that I was like done.
Right.
My like late 20s, I was just like exhausted
Over it.
from the rejection. And look, I get that I wasn't like in a field doing migrant work and it wasn't like, but for me, I was like, oh God, this is like, I don't know that I could like get up every day and just have more people just be like, nah. So I started I started doing stand-up a lot. And I did stand-up as a teenager, which is a very different story. But then when I was in my early 30s, I was like, I'm going to do stand-up again. I started feeling better about myself, started touring, started getting out on the road, started getting into all the comedy clubs, doing musical comedy. And then I just was like, I have something to offer that's not... It changed my internal vibe from like going on an audition. By the way, this is crazy. Having acted since I was 9, I started going on auditions in my 20s. And if you can hear that, that's my foot shaking.
Yeah.
That's what would happen to me on auditions. I would have to press my fucking leg down. Crazy.
Wow.
Like
Shit.
I had been told that I was too much or too this or too that or not the girl or too tall or not a name, as we all have been for so many years that something clicked and I just would like shake in auditions. It all meant so much. There was nothing else. And then when I like reclaimed my power and who I am, I started doing a little bit better. And I'm very lucky that the Glow audition didn't come when I was in Footshake Land.
Right.
And it came when I was like feeling pretty good about myself. And I had actually on the heels of playing Gilda Radner. And that changed my life.
Yeah.
In the National Lampoon's Netflix,
And that changed my life because... I don't even know how many people saw that movie. I imagine it was
I loved it.
which is great. But I mean, and I imagine like as much as I love that movie and I'm over the moon proud of it, I don't think that was a huge thing. But
it's a great accomplishment
for me. I was like, hey, all these people wanted to play Gilda. I got to play. Like it just felt. She's one of my personal heroes, and I just felt different about myself. And then I got the Glow audition and I was on the heels of feeling, it was like a couple months later, and I was on the heels of feeling good about myself and it changed the whole vibe.
I love it.
There was no leg shake land anymore. And you know what's troubling about that is like, it's not something you can fake. You can't go into an audition and be like, man, I'm chill. I'm a cool guy. I'm comfortable in my own skin. If you're not, it's like coming out, like the desperation is like coming out your eye holes. And you're just like, shit, I I was like chill today. I was like really trying to be cool. And then you go in and you're like, I've got jokes. Oh, I spilled water. I'm overcompensating. And it's just like exhausting.
Yeah.
Now, when you went to read for the part, did you know you were getting cast as Melrose? Like, they were like, this is the part for a music girl, and go for it. Let's hear
Not
what you
even
did.
close.
Okay.
Also, I just became aware of how long that other story was. I'm going to try and be more soundbitey. God bless. Okay, now.
We like your stories.
Yeah, no. We got
You know
time.
what? We have
Okay,
time.
good. I was like, wow, I was just talking at my friends.
That's what this is. That's what this
okay,
is.
right.
So low stress.
That is
Jackie.
something
Low
I do have to
stress.
get used to too. That is like, that's what an interview is. You're supposed to answer the questions, but I'm always like, was it someone else's turn to say?
No,
But here,
we're talking about you.
here at AfterBuzz, I mean, literally, like, yeah, it's just amongst friends, just like very casual, so no pressure.
I love it. I don't feel pressure. I just felt like, oh, I should shut up.
No,
so,
we want to hear.
That's what people watch. People want to know you, and people want to hear.
guys,
so
we're learning about my psychology. This is just every second in my brain. So, when I tried out for Glow, I don't know this as a fact, but I don't think the pilot was written. So I think there were scenes. I think they were like, okay, from what I understand from Liz and Carly, they saw this documentary.
Right.
It exploded their brains. They were so inspired by Glow, what it was, what it represented, you guys, the whole thing. They called Jenji. And so I don't even think there was a pilot because we weren't reading scenes. And so my audition scene, they knew there was going to be archetypes. So they knew there was going to be a party girl, and they knew that there was going to be a cheerleader.
Right.
They knew there was going to be, I think they didn't know that if they knew there was going to be Sheila, the she-wolf.
Right.
They knew, so we were all trying out for
Something.
like all different characters. And I'd read for Ruth a lot of times. And partly because that could have made sense, but also partly because those were what the most beat out sides were. Like Mariana Polka, who plays Vicky Viking.
Right.
She was reading for Ruth too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because I think they didn't really have a Vicky Viking yet, but they liked Mari and she was interesting
Yeah.
and she's so physically striking. And they were like, okay, cool. So they were having people. So I kept going back in. I read the Jenny sides once. I read the Ruth sides the most, probably like I kept going in for that. Initially for Jen Houston for casting, then for producers in Genji. And at that point, I think I read the Melrose sides maybe once.
Really?
But I made Ruth a little dirtier than she was in those. Like, they were very open to you playing. So I would sort of be myself and throw in, like, whatever dirty jokes I had or whatever I felt was true to the character, but also made her, maybe I brought myself to it. And then I do remember reading the sides, which actually got cut out of the pilot, which was like, I look over to Arthi and I don't want to be bothered with her really, but I just like lean over to her and I go, I shaved this morning, but I didn't realize this leotard was going to be this high cut. Will you let me know if you catch a pube when I somersault? Like just dead. And once that came out of my mouth, I think they were like, oh, that girl asks if a pube is sticking out of her leotard with such ease and grace. Like there are certain things that sound like doctor lingo when I'm like 2 cc's of a pube. I just feel like a crazy cartoon. But when you're asking me to be like, where'd you get those? She was in a nursing home in Poland. Like when you're asking me to be me, it's gonna probably go well. And that was ultimately what happened with Glow.
That's perfect.
Man, okay, so you're cast, and now
I cried so much.
Did you really? Why?
Yeah, because I was so happy and so happy.
Well, so okay, so that's
And because when you get a Netflix show, you got a show, not a pilot.
Right.
And that I just got chills saying, right? Because my whole career, I development deals, pilots, opportunity, but they never went. So it was like, okay, this time we have a time slot. This is like for a pilot when I was like in my 20s. We have a time slot. It's Carsey Werner. It's going to be on Thursday nights at 8. And then you don't get picked up and you're like, what was the whole performance about a time slot?
Yeah.
But it's like they're moving all the different pieces. And that was a very different time. So this was like, oh my God, Jenji Kohan.
So okay, who gives you the news? Okay, so you're crying. I mean, like, well, who gives the news? I know you're crying. And then after that, what do you give to yourself as like a present?
I love that question. That multi-question. So the first answer is that I'm no longer with them, but I had an agent and manager at the time, and I believe everybody got on the call and was like, "Hey, this is moving forward. You're gonna be a character named Melrose," and I had to actually. This is insane. I don't think I've ever told this. I had to track back in my mind who that even is.
Right.
Because I had read so many characters, and then I was like. Which one? And they were like the party girl. And then I was like, oh, the sides with the pubes. And then, and then that was that. And then, of course, I just was like so over the moon. And then they started making a deal, and then it was like, wait a minute. So at first it's going to be 4 episodes, and then we found out it was going to be another 4. Then we found out we were going to be in all 10. So it was like this
Exciting.
piecemeal, crazy, exciting thing I'd legitimately waited my entire life for.
Great.
Wow. Okay, so you're cast. You're taking your first bumps with Chavo Guerrero. He's out there to train you guys.
Yeah, how was that?
He's for the listeners out there listening for the first time or may not be familiar with wrestling. Chavo Guerrero is from the legendary
Mondo Guerrero.
Yeah.
It's Mondo's nephew.
Yes, and that's
Yes.
the Guerrero family, which
Yes.
goes back
And if we can-
generations and generations.
And Mondo trained you guys?
Trained me.
That is
Yes.
insane.
Oh my gosh.
How insane is that?
I know.
I think it's beautiful.
It's the
love
most
it.
beautiful
It's like
thing. By the way,
family.
lest I be misinterpreted, I meant cool when I said insane.
Yeah.
Okay, unless you guys thought I was like, I hate that. No, Chavo's like literally one of like, to all of us girls, I don't speak for everyone, of course, but I'm pretty sure we all feel, he's like one of our heroes. Because, there is a sense too of like, I don't know, I think all of us, all 4 of us, are female actresses, and all 4 women actresses. And I think there's this sense of like, we have all, I get so weird about saying things that are just like, oh, crumble the patriarchy. But we've all been around men, our careers that are just like, all right, honey, you think you can do it? And it's just like make you feel weird. And Chavo just came in and it was never a sense of like, oh, cute, these little actresses are going to try and do body slams. It was like, all right, ladies, step in. And it was like professionalism, kindness, no judgment, safety from like minute
Day
go.
one.
Even though day
love it.
one we were like, which we heard was the opposite with you guys, but we didn't even know how to get into the ring.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Neither did we.
Of course. So
I
it's like,
didn't.
what do you go
It's like,
under?
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah, under, over, how do you get through?
Through the middle?
Yes.
People get hurt just getting into a ring.
They
I know,
can.
you can really get
100%.
hurt.
Yeah.
And then there was just always such kindness and no judgment and being there with, at the time, 13 other women that were all just like on each other's team. And
Yeah.
I'd never been on a team. I was never. You were mentioning that you were softball and another.
Softball and volleyball.
And
those
like-
are the things I played growing up, and then there was a lot of boys on my street, so that's where that came from. So I have no gymnastics background. Softball, volleyball. Do I know anything about wrestling?
No.
Absolutely nothing.
Which
and
is
then
crazy.
and then I walked in there, and I'm looking at these girls taking.
But you were a
forward
quick
bumps.
study because you were already an
Exactly.
athlete.
Right.
Wait, so go on, I interrupted you.
Exactly, and I think one of the reasons why I didn't get hurt either because I was already physically fit
Yep.
since like 4th grade
Yep.
doing this. What was that noise?
The exact opposite of me, truly. Like
Right.
the first muscle I ever developed was like 2 years ago, where I was like, "Oh my God, does anyone else's ass hurt?" And they were like, "Yeah, no, of course.
Yeah.
Like you're working out every day, 5 days a week,
Oh yeah, we were
throwing
so sore.
each other
Back here.
so
I
sore."
hurt in here.
Don't even get me started. Yeah.
So sore and neck. I mean, there were moments where like I would just. This is funny. I would like go to get frozen mango out of the freezer to make a smoothie and turn my head and be like, "Oh God." And then wouldn't be able to turn my head for 5 days. And that obviously wasn't a result of the mango. It was a result
No,
of
you're not allergic
being
to mangoes.
thrown on the ground for the other 5 days that week, but not realizing.
Did you train every single day?
Yes, we did. Before, so what happens with Glow is we would do we would do a month of training
Yikes.
before the season. So season 1 we did 4 weeks, and then
Every
season 2
day.
we did every day, 5 days a week. But we did we would do like 3 to 4 hours, and there'd be a break in the middle.
Thank God.
And it wasn't just like crazy. I think people
8-hour
imagine
days.
it like circuit training. It's not. It's like you're learning something. So we're waiting. Do you want to be referred to as Jeanne or Hollywood?
What?
I was gonna say.
Either one.
Okay, so we're waiting while Hollywood's going, and we're waiting while it's not like for 4 hours you're just
Right.
body
Oh,
slamming,
yeah. Right.
and you're literally all in line against the ropes.
I
and
remember just saying that in line, everybody taking
Yeah.
their turn to do their.
And like back bumps, and some people want to do them with a pad, and some people don't, and our trainers know who. And so like they'll see like this person, I could call anyone out. They'll see this person come up, and they'll go, "Okay, she's not as comfortable with front bumps. Let's still get a pad in there for her."
A pad. We did not get no
I
pads.
know. I'm sorry. No pads.
No.
Oh, we have copious pads, not to brag. Yeah. And they're very, I mean, we've heard so many stories about you guys, but we've heard so much about your guys and how insane and intense and incredible it was. And by the looks of it, holy criminy. You guys
Did
are
it
such
ever go
beasts.
through your
Yeah,
head,
we're-
like when you guys are standing there, that this actually happened at one point in history. This feeling that we're going through right now actually happened. Do you guys ever think about that?
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Were
the
we
only way to
insane?
answer
You're
that
probably
is
thinking
yes.
they were insane.
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
Especially, I mean, obviously I know you're playing, but especially as a lot of us are women in our 30s who've been trying to do this forever. Yeah. And how, I just got chills. And so how meta it is that we're now on a thing, pretending we're auditioning for a thing that we did. We actually went through our entire lives to be the people we are on this. It's a very meta thing. And I can imagine it's next level meta for you guys that are just like, whoa.
Right.
This is like a thing we...
Like, how is this?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I didn't think 32 years ago, that this would be happening, and it's exciting.
And if Netflix didn't exist, it probably wouldn't, you
No.
know? If these alternative, I mean, now Netflix is the mainstream, but, if these alternative ways to consume content didn't exist, there wouldn't be... People weren't making the edgy decisions. They couldn't. Their jobs and,
And we
everything's
had
on the
no
run.
cell phones and no internet, and I mean, gosh.
But that's one of the reasons why
crazy.
I
Yes.
love this show. It's why I loved meeting you. It's like why I'm very adamant about going to the carpets when I know that you ladies are going to be there, because I know how much you appreciate the opportunity. It's not like I'm cool, I'm on this show. It's like, my gosh, I've been doing this for such a long.
Someone
Kimmy,
picked me for something.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Oh my god, like that's how it feels inside. But then you show up in a dress and you're like, "Hi, what can we talk about?" But inside, I'm like, just like out
That's
of
cute.
breath. My mouth is dry. I'm so excited to be everywhere.
A great attitude.
So what move?
But it's just, and that's another one you can't fake.
You can't.
I think
There's
there
no
might be
way.
like people that think it might be disingenuous or something, but I think that's also just like that is what my guts are telling me, and this is how truly excited I am.
That's right.
And maybe
That
in
gives
5
me
years,
chills.
and maybe in 5 years I will chill and I will go like, oh god, I have another event. I had so many events this week, but I haven't done that yet. I'm just like, go another event.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Wait, so what move have you learned to say, like, I'm really good at doing this one?
Yeah.
So
Good question.
Love that. So season 1, I was like the go-to back bump, which is interesting.
Wow.
Like go-to, and it's so weird because it's such a scary one.
Yes, it is scary.
And just standing from 5'4", and you just throw yourself on
back.
the mat, and just it's like it's so blind, and you just trust and tighten every single part of your body. It's almost. It's funny because I'm not great at front bumps. I'm okay, but I'm more scared looking at my face about to bash into the mat than I am.
Chin to chest.
Yep. Oh my God.
How many times did they tell you that?
You tuck or you're fucked. That's what Chavo taught them, and then they wrote it into the script.
Oh my God, I love it.
And that happens
Love
a ton
it.
where like we'll talk about something in training that actually happened, and then because they're not going to make you do something that you 100% can't do. They're going to make you look the best they can. And
I
that's
love
another
that.
like
That was different for us.
That's another
it.
like unicorn. Like how rare that is for someone to go, "Oh, Jackie, you make music. Why don't you sing on the show?" Okay. Like Sunitha and Shakira are both incredible dancers, so they had them dance on the show.
Right.
Like
Which
they
I
had
saw.
Shakira do that break dance.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
insane.
Yes.
Yes.
But anyway, so what move can I do? So
back
season
bump?
1,
The back bump,
back
yeah.
bump was season 1, and then I did it in the miscarriage episode. But then in season 2, so season 1, I was like a little bit afraid. Like I was like, one of us is gonna break our necks. There's just no that
Way
like
around
neurotic
this.
Jew where I was just like, somebody's definitely gonna pinch a nerve. I don't see a way around it. Somebody has to call my mother now. I need a Neosporin. That is what I felt season 1. I was just like, I am so scared. Like I just was scared, and I wanted to still do it. So that was I shocked myself when I would just like execute a bump and just be like, okay, I'm not gonna die. Also, hey, guess what, self? You're strong. That makes me want to
Yeah.
cry.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
I did it.
Okay, I'm not just a vessel for jokes and neuroses. Like I'm a person who can. I had told myself that I wasn't an athlete, and Glow
Changed it.
Changed it.
Yeah.
Like forced me to lift my limitations on myself,
Which is great.
because it was like.
Looks good on your resume.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like, right, exactly.
Well, it's like I told you. I said, you're not just a comedian, actress, singer. You're also a wrestler.
It's crazy. Under special skills, it says lifted limitations of insecurity. My resume. Oh, but so the answer for season 2 was that I came back after hiatus, and I was like, just fired up about wrestling, and I just wanted to learn everything. So in season 1, I only learned exactly what I had to.
Correct.
And they were cool with that. They were like, look, you don't have to learn it. You're not doing it. You don't have to schoolboy. You don't have to whatever. So then season 2, I came back, and everyone was learning stuff, and the taller girls and the bigger, stronger girls, they were learning suplexes and body slams.
Right.
And I was like, nah, I don't.
Not for me.
And then the trainer, Helena, who works under Shauna Duggins, who's our stunt coordinator, she like walked by me, and she's very sly and snarky like me. And she was like, dude, there's no way you can't do this. And just like went to go get water.
I love it.
And I was like, body slam? I'm like made of sticks. What do you mean body slam? And she was like, well, there's someone smaller than you. Ellen's smaller than you. Just try.
Right.
And I was like, I don't know. And she goes, okay. And then walked away. And then it was in my head that I could do it.
Right.
It had never occurred to me. It certainly, not only had it not occurred to me I could do it, it occurred to me that I certainly couldn't, which is different.
Right.
And I was like, no, not for me. And then we got in the ring, me and Helena first.
Okay.
And she was like, okay, you lift me here. I'm going to put my hand right here in the crease of your pelvis, and you're just going to lift me up. But a lot of the work is on me.
Right.
I'm going to jump, and I'm going to get, and then we're going to get to a point kinetically where I'm going to be weightless because you're just going to be holding me.
Right.
And I was like, okay. And then I just went in, I crouched down. We went 1, 2, 3, and I lifted her, and she was just vertical above me. And then I like gently laid her down, and then looked, and then all the girls cheered, and then I got in a ball and started weeping. Thank you.
It's nothing like your other partner helping you.
Well, they
if
have
no
to.
one doesn't help you, please.
Well, then it's an
you
anvil.
can't do it. I'm not that big either, and I'm like, how am I gonna?
Not that big, 70 pounds. Go on.
You're littler than I
don't
am.
care.
I'm just
Let's
saying.
fight.
Just already.
I know you'll win. I'm here for
I'll
it.
train you.
It's pretty interesting for me to sit on this panel and be like, all 3 of you women could kick my butt in a wrestling ring, no problem. Because I don't know how to get into the ring. I don't know how to bounce off the ropes. I can't even like fall down properly.
I love running the ropes. Oh, but Jeannie, you were saying, but you are right about that. Like if
They
your
have to
partner's
help.
not.
It's give and
I
take.
mean, and it's interesting because you'll work with someone who's like really great at other things, but then
Right.
you'll try and body slam them,
Nope.
and they're not
It's like a
jumping
ton of
with you,
bricks.
and you're just like, whoa, okay, and
Right.
then that's when you.
That's when you're going to hurt yourself, or that person's going to get hurt.
But we've learned to like whisper to each other, 1, 2,
3. That's
right? So it's like or you're going, so like you're making a
Yes.
tightening face, but
Exactly.
you're communicating, and you have to.
Okay,
You
so
have
you're
to.
watching wrestling now. Do you have a different appreciation for the girls that are working today?
Oh my God,
it's pretty crazy,
100%. It's
Yeah.
it's incredible. Also, I mean, what the women are doing today is just
insane.
Yeah.
This is the least feminist thing I'll ever say, but they're doing what the men are doing.
Yeah.
Right? So it's actually no, that's still feminist. Where it's like there's a much smaller gap between what each sex is doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
the women are just beasts.
Yeah. I saw you on Drop the Mic. I think it was called Drop
Oh,
the Mic.
that was
Yes.
I mean,
Can
see,
I
and
just
that's
say-
Oh, I watched that.
I just need to say that was like the
I knew you would
best
kick
feeling
ass.
ever.
When
you
you
guys,
won?
oh my God, I was cheering for you guys, but you
I
were
knew it.
awesome too. You really did a better job.
Well, no, I mean that's the
fucking
thing though.
amazing.
It's like I was like as soon as like I saw the lineup, I'm kind of like in any normal circumstance, regardless, you would destroy somebody like on a thing like that because like that's what you like. If you do stand up comedy, it's just like man, you know
Also, I have
hecklers
a
and
very rare skill set of being able to talk quickly and rhyme. People ask me if I rap all the time, and I go, I don't know that I'm a rapper, but I talk quickly, and I write in my musical comedy and in my life as a songwriter. I've been sort of doing this like rhythmic fast speak thing forever, and yeah, Drop the Mic was my pitch actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
saw it, and I was like, I got to get me on that.
this.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I was like talking to all the people I needed to talk to, and then of course like between me, Kate, Sunitha, it was like, come on guys, Brittany, of course, it was like.
Killed it.
Well, we're
Killed
all
it.
very musical people, and so
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah.
not cheating. I mean, that's what the show is, but the other girls were amazing. But it would be. I would liken it to like if you put me in a basketball court. Like it just, I just wouldn't. I can't. I don't know where to begin.
Right.
But you in a musical setting, I'm ready to rock.
Oh, yeah.
So what happens to you when? Because like, I know you ladies had to wait. Because we had to wait. I had to wait a long time.
You ma'am had to
Yes,
wait.
for the announcement for season 2.
Dude, and now we're waiting even longer for season 3.
So I mean, but like, so when you get you're waiting, you get that call. What's going on when you get that call? Like, who's calling you now, or like, what? How is like the text chains going on? What's happening?
Well, that's funny. I love that you've interviewed enough of us to know about these text chains. So all of us are on a group WhatsApp. So
yeah.
it blows up. So like there's a birthday one that everybody goes insane for someone's birthday. Season 1, everybody was getting everybody gifts. It got to be like so insane to coordinate. Right. So now we're just like, we love you. Just know that. I'm bringing you a fucking unicorn pin, but I do love you very much. So yeah, I mean, when we found out about season 2, I mean, we were optimistic, but then the optimism sort of leveled when it took so long for us to find out. Yeah. We were like, was there someone playing a joke? Our show is so awesome. Come on.
Yeah.
But I think this is a funny business. And like I told you earlier, how many pilots I did as a kid where we had a time slot and then the show didn't get picked up. So you were like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the longer, what's your take now? I mean, is this the industry standard to take this long?
What's crazy, it's the Wild West now, right? So there is no industry standard. There's no industry standard. I mean, there's still unions, which is of course so necessary, but past that, there's no like industry standard of like what people earn or what you call a person, whether it's like guest star or recurring or series regular or what it is or how many episodes you have to be guaranteed, or there used to be a very clear cut standard. And because of, Netflix, YouTube Red, Amazon, these things they used to just be kind of websites. Yeah. And now they're the new way to consume content. And I think because of that, there is no standard. And because there's no standard, we don't know when we're going to hear. I mean, we're so excited and optimistic because we got nominated for so many Emmys.
I'm so excited. 10? Is it 10?
Emmys.
So what was it like being there?
I love that.
Was that the first time you were ever at an Emmy Award last year? Did you go?
No, last year we went to the SAG Awards.
So is this your first time going?
But yeah, I think most of us aren't even going to go because Netflix, I think the story, I don't know, but I think because Netflix got nominated like 150 or 100 and something awards,
my goodness.
They literally can't bring
they can't hold that anymore. It's not that they don't want to,
90% of the Emmys would just be Netflix. Like it would be insane. And so I think we were all super excited and hoping to go, but I don't think we are. But I think like Allie and Betty are going, and so that'll be awesome.
How about at the Staples Center? Just
Brittany
put everybody in the
going.
Staples Center.
It's still at a big venue, but
I know.
yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
Sure. That's exciting.
Man, I want nothing more than to see you guys up there as a group of women and go, they did it.
Yep. For us, that's what we were thinking. We were like, come on, it's 2018. Even just like visually, what's a more powerful picture than these 16 ragtag group of misfits who look insane 90% of the time in their pretty dresses, acting a fool on a carpet. We were ready for it. But maybe next year.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away how exciting and amazing the show is.
No,
but
of course not.
Okay, so there's obviously they ended season 2 with a trip to Vegas. Tell us about some predictions, or where would you like to see your character go?
It was interesting in all my interviews after season 1. I was like, Melrose just needs to make music. She's got to make music. She's got to, and then I did. So now I was like, well, more of that for sure. Loving that. Yeah. Make you over. It's just like in the studio. Yes. Oh my God, don't kidnap. So good. It was
sorry.
We read that script and we were all just like, I ran out of dreams. I've got to make more dreams because they're all coming true in episode 8. So does anyone want to suggest a dream I can have? Because this is all of it. Like singing and being irreverent and letting, as Betty Gilpin says, all the insane women in your head all come out to play. It's just... Yeah.
When you saw episode 8 roll through, because that was one of my favorite episodes, kind of watching the whole Glow show from start to finish. Amazing. And that was probably the first time you saw it was when it aired, right?
100%.
Okay.
Because as we're shooting it, it looks like everything else we're shooting. But then when you watch it, you're like, oh, they put a whole filter panache atop it to make it look all 80s and authentic and incredible.
That totally cool.
It was the greatest. It was the absolute greatest. So someone asked me something right before that.
Vegas,
baby. I would just like to see, some ancillary characters have cool arcs and really see what's going on in a sort of Orange is the New Black way where you're like, oh shit, that's what Pensatucky's past was. That's crazy. And like, so I think we got that with Kia season 2. Right. And I'd like to see that happen for the rest, for everybody else. And
absolutely.
It just to see what everybody's up to maybe out of the ring. I think Vegas might be a weird place to do that because
I think you're gonna have so much fun because we had so much fun in Vegas. Oh boy, stories. I wonder if you guys will be at a nice hotel that has the cafeteria in it. What was it that we
buffet.
had? The barfait, they used to call it.
Oh my God, so gross.
The barfait.
We got 3 buffet tickets a day.
And 2 drink tickets.
Yeah.
So that you guys are just getting shitty. That's so
And
funny.
2 drink tickets. But I remember getting
You're
Poland
like, sir,
waters.
it's 11 a.m. I don't need a drink ticket. Thank you.
Yeah, but we had those. I would get Poland waters.
Yeah, that's so funny. Running around
Yeah,
barefooted
Poland waters.
and girls would be in their pajamas running down to the buffet because
Yes.
they're too tired to put clothes on.
Right?
So amazing.
We were dressed like little shorts up to here,
Yeah.
and people are staring at us. What are
Yeah.
you wearing?
We had one night in a hotel, season 2, because I think when we shot in the hospital, it was on location.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, girls, we don't want you driving home at 2 a.m. It's 45 minutes, whatever. So we all stayed in a hotel. And then the next morning, it was amazing. Just the cavalcade coming into the thing. And none of us are really partier. I mean,
Right.
especially while we're working.
No, of course not.
And then we're just all coming into the, and there was a Christmas tree up, and we're all so tired. Everything was so bright and was so loud. And all of us being just real monkeys running around.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's going to
You're
be
gonna have
so
some,
good.
I was just gonna say you're gonna have so much
I can't wait.
fun.
I can't wait.
Oh my God.
It's just you just feel, I mean, not everybody, but it's just so lucky. You're just like, whoa.
And remember the buffets? We went $5.95. All the crab legs you can eat. It was at the paddle wheel.
Oh, and the peppermill.
The peppermill was next door.
Right next
Everything
door.
was inexpensive. Not today. I don't even know if there's some of those that exist, but $5.95.
But we're gonna have to, if we go, I mean, we're gonna have to shoot in old Vegas because
Yes.
everything now
Right.
is like,
It's gonna be-
you know,
It doesn't look the same.
like
yeah.
the only place you're gonna be able to go is like Circus. Like what was even
I got
around
a fight
in
in
'85?
Circus. Oh my gosh! This girl looked at me and said, "Put on some clothes," and I go, "What
Bitch.
did you say?" And I went over to her and I tried to drop kick her. And
Oh,
I
wow.
hit air.
You missed.
I missed.
You had 2 feet off the ground.
I hit air and I landed, and the girl got on me, and of course somebody pulled me, and she swung and hit me right in the eye, and I was
Wow.
so embarrassed, so stupid, so embarrassed. Oh my God! But I was
But
like,
you know that a girl that's going to say to you, put on some clothes, is going to want to fight because you don't say that shit to someone
you know, here
if
I
you're not
am.
ready to pay the
right,
consequences.
exactly. But I'm like, what did you say? And everything was in slow motion at that point. That's what happened.
All right, Jackie. So I have a question and I love asking each one of you ladies this
Okay.
question, and then I'll let you promote whatever you want to promote.
Well, I was going to say, we played my music at the top and I forgot to tell you about it. But we'll do
no,
it
we're
after.
definitely going to promote that.
It's going to be great.
Okay, so knowing what you know from season 1, and I got to see this in episode 10, but I want to know what your real life take would be on this. Battle Royal. All of you ladies in the ring, based on the skills that they've learned, who's the dirtiest player to win the Battle
like it.
Royal? If you say Kia, that's fine, except for the fact that I figured you guys would gang up, get her out of the ring. I mean, Marc Maron came on. He said Vicky Viking's a dark horse. Brittany Young came on, said she thinks that Ellen Wong would do it.
Ooh.
Rebecca came on season 1 at the premiere. She said Kia initially, then she came back and she said Kate Nash.
That's who I'm going to say.
Kate Nash, okay.
Kate became a beast. Kate was a good wrestler season 1, and then season 2, I mean, she just is so fearless. Talk about drop kicks, front bumps. Like she's just like
The girl.
She just goes in, and I think it's because she's a little nuts. You know what I mean? She's probably like easily one of my favorite. But like she just like doesn't have a thing that I have, which is like I'm probably gonna break an elbow.
Yes, there you go.
And she's just like, no, I'm gonna be like, I'm on a mat. I'm okay. I'm safe. I'm taken care of. Like she's just really in her own skin, and it makes her a really strong wrestler.
Okay, well then let's promote you. I mean, what besides Glow and besides
finally.
us waiting for season 3?
Promote me.
I mean, you're everywhere. Like you guys don't understand how much it took me to lock Jackie down because she's so busy. She's everywhere. She's like
Well, I wasn't
comedy
in town
clubs.
in
Like
July.
she's in Montreal. I mean, she's in comedy clubs in Montreal. She's on Drop the Mic. You're on WWE. I mean, like, what are you working on now? Where can people see you in between Glow season 3?
Wowee! I would say the first thing is check out my music, Power Fox, on Spotify.
So what we're listening to is awesome.
Throw it in the fire. Thank you. Good night. And then just, I would say the best way to find out what I'm up to is to follow me on Instagram because that's where I post all my comedy shows. I'm up at the Improv and the Comedy Store. I'm all over the place, all over LA certainly. But if you follow me on Insta, then you can see when I'll be at a city near you with my guitar telling jokes and joke songs. I'm trying to think of what else. I'm going to be doing I don't think I can talk about that yet. Oh no, I can. They put it on Instagram today. I'm doing what's called the Funny Dance Show, which is a competitive
Funny dance.
It's a competitive comedy dance show that's going to be on E, but it won't be till next spring.
Oh my
and
gosh,
I'm
you're
just
gonna be on it?
it's going to be like a drop the mic vibe,
I like
but
it.
it's two comics against another two comics. Fully
Wow.
doing like full competitive, so you think you can dance.
Got it.
Like it's a joke, but it's like not a joke.
I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops. I turned mine off.
I told everybody, please.
That's
Oh,
fine.
I think it's funny.
girl.
We got people calling in trying to talk to Jackie Tohn.
Hey.
It's awesome. I think Awesome Kong is outside.
So,
Yeah.
so do you ladies have like last questions for Jackie before we?
I just think you're doing a great job. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Love
You guys are
watching
really
you guys.
thanks.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Classic me, interrupt a compliment to give you a compliment. All right, why don't I relax?
I do the same thing.
I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. You like something I did. Let me tell you, you're great.
No, it's
One of
just
the
an
hardest
honor.
things to do is to
Honor,
accept a
thank you.
compliment. Yeah.
It's an honor to meet you. Don't say that's so nice. You guys are just such inspirations to us, and we love you guys so much. And also, let me just quickly say, your support of us is like huge and means so
Wonderful.
much to us because
chills.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna cry
Chills.
because I think also like we're all just trying to do the same thing, and how wonderful that our wacky version of your thing
We
is
love
bringing you guys back up, and your acceptance of us is bringing us up, and it's just like a nice move.
Oh,
it's
that's
good.
that means so much to my
Yeah,
heart.
me too,
Thank
man.
You so much.
Thanks, you guys are real
I love
inspiration.
Well,
you.
we're so glad you finally made it into the studio.
You
It's why
guys
we're
were
doing what we're
badasses
doing.
I'm so glad to
before
meet
they were
you.
taking care of you. So that's pretty crazy too. Oh, good. Now we're all crying.
I know. It
I know,
happens.
right? It is very difficult to sit there and watch
Jackie,
you guys.
where can everybody find you online? Like where can everybody?
At Jackie Tohn, JackieTohn on Instagram is the best way to do it, and then everything funnels out from there. I would say my website, JackieTohn.com, but I don't really do it that much. Insta's mostly the way, and then
thing.
PowerFox, PowerFox, just like it sounds, on Spotify.
Okay. And Little Egypt, where can everybody find you?
Simple at Little Egypt, Instagram, Facebook, Glow Little Egypt, and then of course Twitter at Little Egypt. Please follow the original Glow Girls because we want to take you down that Glow rabbit hole. And we have
Yes,
so
follow
much
the
to
original
share.
Glow Girls. I second that.
In Hollywood?
My Instagram is official Glow Hollywood. And then I have, what is my Twitter? Oh my gosh. Glow Hollywood.
Okay.
Twitter, Glow Hollywood. Please follow us. And there's Glow Wrestling as well, everybody.com.
Well, that's it for now. I'm Rick Hong. You guys can follow me on all social media at Rick Hong, RICKHONG. I wanted to thank Jackie Tohn for coming in. Finally, for season 2. I look forward to season 3. Stick around because we're going to have Kia Stevens coming up very quickly.
I'm excited.
The welfare queen, and hear about her role as Tam-A. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Are we still live?
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.